Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber Show. And on today's show, we are going to be reviewing, recapping, talking about the Commanders' big last second win against the Bears. We deserved it. And it was great. It was a lot of fun. Just a little housekeeping. Please join us on Friday where we will be previewing our game coming up this Sunday against the Giants. So look out for that show. Also, on Sunday, if you didn't watch it last Sunday, you don't want to miss this Sunday. Please join us at 1 o'clock Eastern, where we have our live stream, live reaction, play by play show. It's a lot of fun. Come and join us. Last week was phenomenal. So great stuff. And BH will be in the chat room. Speaking of BH, here in our West Coast affiliate. Thank you, BH.
Yeah, man. Great to be here. That was such a blast. We had a lot of people in the chat, a lot of our regulars, the 80s kid, new to nerddom, everybody, V and Chris, Mountain Man, the whole crew was there. And man, I know I left out a few other people, but it was a lot of fun, especially at the end. That was incredible. It was incredible for the team. For the fans, I was happy for just all those fans, all fans in general, the fans at the stadium. Man, a lot of BS the last 20 years for them, of having hope and have it dashed. And so it was great. And it was just fun to be part of it and just to watch it happen. I mean, we said going in, it was going to be a tough game, that this was going to be offensively and defensively our biggest challenge. I mean, outside of the Ravens, I think the Tampa Bay game was a challenge, but I think a lot of that was our first game.
Yeah.
I mean, Tampa Bay now, I'm not saying we beat them, but that would be a way different game, brother.
Sure would.
If we went to Tampa Bay, they'd be seeing a whole different team.
Yep.
Because these guys have just gelled and got better. The defense is just, the defense is it's kind of crazy how good they've gotten.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just gelling, and gelling is the thing we always talk about. You play like a team, you play to your scheme, you listen to your coach, you trust your coaches. Look, we have a plan. You guys buy in and we will give you success. But you got to buy in. You got to listen to what we say. And I watched a lot of highlights. I saw a bunch of tons of communication. I saw them do a 4 grouping and then split them off into a 2x2. And Bobby was yelling, and Frankie Louvu was looking back at the safeties, yelling at them. Igbenogany came all the way over, and actually it was Sainer still. He came all the way over. They were yelling. He came over. He manned up on the guy. Boom. They broke up the play. Yeah. It was like, a ton of communication. I just saw everyone playing so good. I saw Clelin Ferrell on a great play. They were going to do a screen. They had it set up pretty good, and he was coming in, and he smelled it, and he stopped. And then he just rolled back, and you could tell the guy showed Caleb Williams didn't kind of know where to go. And before you knew it, boom! I think it was who got the early sack? Was it Louvu or
no? It was Johnny Newton.
Johnny Newton got him.
Second play.
Yeah, just came in, and you could just tell, man, that if Clelin Ferrell had just come in, it would have just left it wide open. But yeah, you mentioned it, Johnny Newton, man. He was an 89.2 PFF. He exploded. I don't know what the hell happened, dude. He had a 33 PFF against Carolina last week. And, maybe the coaches just said, hey, dude, there's a lot of calls. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of setups. There's a lot to the scheme. Just go play your game. Go be Johnny Newton. You might make some mistakes, but stop thinking. Just go kill some people. And I think that's just what he did. And I watched some of that Caleb Williams breakdown. I got a chance to watch our D while watching what we did to him, and they were double teaming him. The 4 plays I watched, they double teamed him 3 times and double teamed Duran once. So they were cognizant. So he was a monster in college. He was just impossible to stop. Tackles. He had 7 quarterback pressures 7. I mean, he was a handful. So man, having a guy like that who is just disrupting is going to just make everyone. Now he's got it. I mean, we're already playing good.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you get him going off, being disruptive? It's going to help our ends, going to help our DBs. So really the defensive player of the game, Johnny Newton, like you said, he got the fumble. So yeah, I can't say enough about our defense. They've just been playing so good, and you know, some guys stumble one game, but they come back the next. So anyway, I know that the big play is the Hail Mary, but our D once again stepped up against a really good team. We had one miss, I think, on the DeAndre Swift play, right?
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah,
That was
I
huge.
I watched it. It was one of those things where we weren't terrible, but they did everything just about right.
Yeah.
And we took a few bad angles. And Swift he was smart. He read it. It was an outside zone run, and he took it. And you know, he's quick. Once he saw the seam, he took off. I would say 14 times out of 15, that guy gets tackled at a 20-yard run. You know, someone makes a play, but hey, hats off to them. Well-designed play. They executed it, but it was sort of out of the blue, and it was the only thing other than that, right? At that point, they really hadn't done much.
No,
So,
the defense was great, dude.
yeah.
We talked about that in our preview show. That's why you folks should come and watch our preview show. We talk about these things. We kept Caleb frustrated. So he'd make mistakes or not be able to do anything. We held him to barely any yards in like the first half. I don't even know if he had like 38 yards or something like. And total passing by the end of the game, he only had like 137, 150 passing yards. That ain't shit for him.
Nothing.
So our guys were doing good.
Yeah, and even combined, I mean, with whatever he ran, it was under 200.
Yeah,
it was not good. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, that says a lot. You know, Frankie Luvu, like you talked about, he was all over the place. He was probably the spy, keeping his eye on him. He did a great job too. I think our offense did a great job. They're just struggling in the red zone. We hit that before. It's something that they just got to work through. We had penalties hurt us there. I think we had a touchdown come back because of a penalty and a couple other little things like that. We only had 5 penalties, but
yeah,
they came at the worst times, and so
they did.
We can overcome that.
Yeah, and to your point too. I mean, what did you think of the Zach Ertz catch? Even after I saw it, they said it wasn't a touchdown. It was pretty darn close.
Yeah.
So we didn't get that one, and then also the Luke McCaffrey throw was just a little too far for him.
Yeah.
So that kind of shows you how close we were in the red zone to doing something.
Yeah.
Instead, we had to kick a field goal. So and then like you say, throw in a couple holding penalties, a couple false starts, and So
thank God we got Cyborg Siebert as our kicker. I think he missed one; it got blocked. It was a pretty long kick, so you kind of got you can't lob it. You got to, it's more of a line drive, so someone's going to get a hand on it when you got to kick it that far. But he did a great job. It was an exciting game, if you ask me, especially, as far as the defensive game is concerned. That's fun for me. I like the defense. We did a great job, and to see them coming up like they're doing. I thought Jaden Daniels played well. I was nervous about him playing, but he ran the ball a few times. I think our running game got going a little bit. It was pretty good. I'd like to see. Jeremy McNichol ran one. I don't know why they don't use him more. I don't know if he got hurt or because he only ran one it was a -1 yard, so we didn't see much out of him. But Jaden spread the ball around to everybody. Everybody got a tiny bit. McLaurin got a good one. That last drive was incredible. There was only like 23 seconds on the clock.
Yeah,
when we got the kickoff, and the way they, really the Hail Mary was great. But a lot of people are saying that play before the Hail Mary to Terry McLaurin to get out of bounds with 2 seconds on the clock. So we're far enough up that he can throw it to 52 yards or whatever it is and get it down there. That play was incredible. And that last play was 13 seconds long. That was the longest 13 seconds of my life. Lord have
It was.
mercy.
Yeah. And that was 65 yards, dude. Maybe 64, kind of where it landed, but it was almost at the goal line. And Jaden didn't say if he could have done more or less. I mean, but who cares? 65 is 65. But to your point, if we don't get it up there, now we're catching the ball at the 7-yard line.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different ball game, And so, yeah, that was, man, never give up. I saw Austin Eckler, they asked him about it. Hey, did you ever give up, or, did you think it could happen? And he said, he kind of said, well, of course not. No, because, these are times in games where you're up against it and it seems impossible. So no, I wouldn't. It was, it wasn't like we're all going, yeah, we got this, but we knew we had to execute. We knew and he said, the coach says, fight for every piece of grass.
Yep.
Just fight for everything. Don't ever quit. Don't ever stop. And so
2 seconds on the clock, they pulled it off. And hey, I just want to thank Tyreek Stevenson, the defensive back for the 12th Chicago Bears, for being a goon.
The 12th man.
And he's the one who got his hand on it. Like a volleyball player tipping it back to Noah Brown. He fucked up in 2 big ways on that play. And he tried to get out of it by saying he was just talking to Bears fans in the stands. You could see by the way he is yelling at the stands, he ain't talking to no Bears fans. He's trash talking our fans while that play was going on.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. He was actually supposed to be the guy that was supposed to be on Noah Brown.
Exactly. But he was so late getting over. He just ran into the scrum, looked up, and said, boom.
Tipped it right to him.
And he's an idiot because he got a personal foul earlier in the game.
Yep.
Covering Terry, talking trash. Yeah, don't talk trash to Terry McLaurin and all. Just, especially when you're half-assed.
Yeah.
When it's a good receiver, when it's CeeDee Lamb, when it's, Jefferson, Terry McLaurin. If you're just a regular old guy, you're better off just keeping your mouth shut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so the whole time in that game, all he did was be an ass.
Yep.
And boy, he capped it off. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Great stuff. Great game. Lots and lots of fun.
Yep.
A little nerve-wracking, but fun.
Yep. And I think, on offense, I mean, obviously Jaden was number one. Zach Ertz had a great game. He caught a bunch of passes and he really came through. B-Rob had a 72 PFF. Hey, Ben Sinnott with a 66. See, all of our rookies are just all started in the 30s and 40s and 50s. And then every week now they're just all 60s and 70s. So just if you track PFF, who cares? Oh, they're not totally accurate. Well, yeah, guess what? No one is. But you can just see, it's what we always say, just get 5 or 10% better every week.
Yep.
That's all we ask, is you just keep getting better. And we've seen Sainstro, Mike Sainstro getting better and better. All of them. Jaden, I don't know, Jaden just popped out ready to play. Yep. But they're all doing good. I think the only guy that struggled, really overall would be Trent Scott, because we had the 2 injuries. So he's going to have to, if he's going to play, he's going to have to, he'll get more practice in. He'll get first team reps. And so I think we'll see him. If Trent Scott has to play, I think we'll see an improvement there.
I don't think it's his usual. He don't usually play on the left-hand side. So, and maybe Brandon Coleman will be back next week. And at least they can do is split it up like they were doing with Cornelius, if Cornelius can't come back. So hopefully we'll have – is Cornelius – he's not –
It's an ankle. And so we won't find out probably till tomorrow, because that's the first real practice. And Wednesdays are when they make the announcements, kind of. Did not practice, blah, blah, blah. So I haven't heard any no injured reserve kind of talk on that. So let's just hope it's not a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
We need him.
Best and take what we get.
And Brandon Coleman's a concussion.
Yeah.
And because of it, he couldn't play. Let's hope it's not one of those long ones. Just, hopefully maybe they were just not taking any chances with him. But boy, it'd be nice to get him back.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so it was awesome. Happy for the fans. Watched a lot of video of the crowd, because people, had their phones out, and you could just see that crowd explode. So Yeah, I was
The
happy.
thing that's always funny to me about people filming stuff with their phone is they miss the live part. They're
Right.
looking at it on their phone to make sure that they get it, so they're not actually watching the play.
They're not watching it. Yeah, I know.
That one
Yeah,
kills me. It
I
kills
know.
me. I see it all the time. Watch
Yeah.
the fucking play.
Yeah.
If
And then,
somebody's recording it, you don't
yeah,
have to record
yeah.
it.
And then shoot the reaction.
Yeah, just shoot the
Yeah.
reaction or something, or hold it as best as you can and watch it or something, or get it in the horizontal way. So
Yeah.
to make sure that you get it, so you don't. Dude, that kills me. So you never,
I
these
know.
people never actually really see the play.
I know.
Kills me.
It's like going to a concert and watching it on with your phone like this.
I know.
God.
It's
Anyway,
crazy. That's the new world. Fuck them.
Don't get the old guys started, man.
Yeah, don't get me started.
We're
It's
gonna,
so funny.
we can rant and rave for a whole video.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great, man. Great victory. I mean, 6-2, number 2 seed right now.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, no one dreamed it. No one dared dream that, man. Even at our most hopeful. I mean,
Right.
yeah. So hey, we're gonna keep going, man. We got the Giants, we got the Steelers. Giants actually played pretty good against the Steelers, but then they showed their true colors. There's something wrong with that team.
That 2-point conversion thing that they tried. Did you see that?
I thought Danny Dimes was going to have a freaking aneurysm, dude. He was so pissed.
Yeah.
He was.
That whole line. Nobody did anything. They just stood there.
Yeah. It was the worst play. One of the worst plays I've ever seen.
That was crazy.
Life.
We get them next week, so
I know. Good. Let's
keep up in that same vein.
Yeah, run that play again, please. So anyway, all right, man. Well, good show, and happy for the Commanders and their fans. It was a great game.
Yeah, same here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Join us Friday for the preview show against the Giants.
Yep. We'll see you guys then.